Hey guys, I'm Jamie. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today for this video all about manifesting. So I want to preface this by saying that these are my thoughts on manifesting, and they are probably going to be different than some of what you might hear from other people in this wellness industry or that call themselves wellness practitioners. It may or may not resonate with you. It's okay. Take it or leave it, different things resonate with us all at different times. So no hard feelings, but I do just want to say that I am not of the belief that you can manifest anything you want into your life. And that might be a big turnoff here for you, because that might be what you're trying to figure out how to do, manifest something really specific. But I think when you hear me out, you'll see why that's really a beneficial thing for us all. Another thing I want to say is that I think there's some energy that comes from our thoughts and our mindset and our attitude, but I do not think that that is in complete control of what happens to us. I don't think that, your vibes or whatever are completely creating the universe you live in or the reality you live in by any means. There are a lot of people out there who are stuck in situations that are really terrible, and they don't have a path out, and they're not going to good vibe their way out of it or meditate their way out of it. And it's truly cruel and condescending to suggest that they should be able to, and that they're just failing at it somehow, and that's why they're in a bad situation. Again, I do think there's some energy that can come from being positive and having positive thoughts, and it certainly it doesn't hurt, but I don't think you're ruining your chances of ever being happy or getting what you want in life if you have bad thoughts, or I don't even like good and bad, that's so subjective anyway, but thoughts that you consider negative or a bad day. It happens to all of us. You have emotions and you should feel and experience them. That is the human experience that we're all having. And if you've ever suppressed emotions, I think anyone who has done that knows it doesn't work out well for us in the long run. So of course, feeling your feels, as I like to say, important, and it's not throwing you off of your path of manifestation or intention. Okay, so all of that said, when you hear other people talk about manifestation, I think sometimes it's dangerously does get thrown around this whole idea of it's all about your thoughts and energy flows, where your attention go, or attention, whatever, it's all that. And yeah, there's some truth in there for sure. But I think that it's a lot more than just the energy that we're creating with our thoughts, even though there is something there. I think we've all had experiences where we've maybe said something to somebody like, oh, I really want a new job that feels more fulfilling. And then suddenly they're like, oh, I have a great contact for you. And that leads to something amazing. This sort of feels coincidental, or like maybe there was some sort of intervention, spiritual intervention, or whatever you want to call it, and it can feel that way, and maybe it is partly that. To be honest, what do I know? I don't know the secrets of the universe. I don't think any of us really do who are here living on this earth at the moment. So there probably is a lot of energy that comes into that, or where you just have these very random things that happen that set you on this amazing path. I do think when it comes to manifesting, so say you decide, I do want this new job where I feel more fulfilled and I want to feel more secure in terms of the money I'm making, that when you do set that sort of intention for yourself, that path of manifestation, and you maybe say it to somebody or whatever it might be, that you not only are putting that energy out there, which is great, but you're also making yourself more open to what comes your way. So when we start to envision a life that is something better, or that we consider better than what we're currently living, and then something comes along, like someone says, oh, I have this connection for you, we might be more receptive to that and more likely to say, great, I would love to be, set up for coffee with that person to discuss what they do or what their job opportunity is, or what, whatever it might be. Whereas if we were sort of stuck in this rut of our job where we just felt like that's what we were going to do forever, even though we weren't maybe happy there, if someone said that, we might just be like, oh no, that's okay. And then that would never lead anywhere. So in a lot of ways, I think we're just being more open. We might be more receptive to these things that pop up. Like, so say it's that you want to be in a relationship and suddenly, you know, someone really amazing comes and just starts talking to you on a street corner. Well, that sounds a little bit weird. Wherever it is, wherever you are, and you are open to love and open to meeting somebody and open to have an open mind to who they are, then you might be receptive to that, and it might end in, you know, somehow you guys getting to know each other in that way. Whereas if you didn't have that openness, that you might just brush them off and then you'd never speak to them again. And so it's like, well, you know, that came to you, but did you receive it? Were you open to it? So that to me is a lot of what manifesting is. It's about our receptivity and our openness to what is presenting itself to us. It's really easy to say, you know, I never get anything I want or nothing ever manifests into my life, when maybe things are trying, or maybe opportunities are presenting themselves, whether it's manifesting or not, and you are blocking that interaction or blocking that energy from going anywhere. So the second thing I want to say about this is that, this is more than the second, I don't know what I'm on, whatever number I'm on of things, but I think that the biggest mistake that happens in manifesting, and this goes back to what I said earlier, that I don't think you can manifest anything at all you want into your life, is that we get very stuck on specifics of what we want. So instead of focusing on the end goal, which is a specific emotion or mental state or energy that we want to be in, we get very stuck on this very sort of specific thing that we want. And here's the thing, you can't control other people with what you're trying to manifest. And you should be glad about that, because it means that other people don't get to control you. So going back to this idea of love, if you've got someone really specific that you want to be in a relationship with, you can't manifest that. You can't control their feelings just by your thoughts and vibrations. You know, there's a chance that they might feel that same way about you, and then that's its own thing, but you can't control somebody else. So if instead of sitting around manifesting or being like obsessed with this one specific person, and you know, whatever you're doing about it, writing in your journal and meditating and whatever it might be, instead you sit down and say, well, what is the end goal of that? What am I really after? And if what you're really after, presumably, is that you want to be in a loving relationship where you feel seen and loved, and you get to give love in return, and it feels very connected and secure, and whatever your words are that go around what a happy relationship would be for you, then we become more open again to more possibilities, where it doesn't have to be this one specific person. And then suddenly we're seeing, oh, well, what about this person? What about this person? What about all these other opportunities? And the same thing we said about a job, and I'm kind of focusing on relationships and jobs, but those tend to be things that people get very focused on manifesting. But with a job, if you say you want this very specific job, or you want to work for this very specific company, again, you don't get to control other people's choices around who they hire. But if what it really comes down to is like, I want a job where I feel like I'm doing something good for the world. I feel like I'm, doing something beneficial. I want to feel secure money-wise so that I can take care of myself, and then also so I can give back or whatever it might be. Focusing in on that, then again, you become more open to the other possibilities and the other options that may show up in your life. So let go of those specifics, because ultimately that's going to leave you feeling disappointed, feeling like you failed, or like for some reason you don't deserve this thing you want, when it just might be that very specific thing isn't meant for you. And that's okay. We all have that. We've all wanted things that we didn't get in life, and we'll all want more things that we won't get. That's the way it goes. That's just life. So when it comes to like specific manifesting techniques, I don't know what works, again, like I said, or if anything works. Here's what I like to do, and what I find, I don't even know if I would say I find it works for me, but maybe it just makes me feel more cathartic about it, or makes me feel like I put it out there into the universe, and that so that I feel more open to the energy I might receive back from it is, I like to tell people. And I know some people say don't tell people your goals, keep it I don't really feel that way, because again, more possibilities pop up when you tell more people what you want. Someone knows that you're looking for this new amazing job and they hear of an opening, they're gonna let you know. Whereas if they don't know that, they're probably not gonna tell you. So you open yourself up to more possibility. I think writing things down can be really great, the same way that you would write an intention, and I do have a whole video about that you can go check out if you're interested. But really writing things down in the present tense as if it's already happening, keeping it really positive. So what I like to do when I do this is I'll write it almost like I'm writing as myself in the future. So, I have this amazing job where I make, this much money, and I'm able to support these things that I want to do and purchase these things that I want, and I still have money I can get back into my community, and just write it down, and then whatever you want to do with it. I just keep it in a journal. There's probably a lot of thoughts on where you should put things like that. I don't know that I have any great suggestions for you that I think are going to make it come true for you, but I think it's nice to write those things down, put it out there, let it be energy into the universe. That never hurts, right? And let's see what else. Meditation's great. I think even 5 minutes a day sitting in meditation, putting yourself again into that situation of the emotion you want to feel, the energy you want to feel, the whatever it is that you want to feel as a result of what you're trying to get into your life, that's really what you're manifesting, right? That emotional state, that mental state. So doing a meditation where you put yourself in that situation, you kind of envision it for 5 minutes a day. Don't spend all day obsessing over it. Obsessing over things really is never useful, I don't think, at all. And it just means we're not living in the present moment. We're not enjoying the present moment. And so then that's one more thing I want to say. And, I know a lot of people will tell you this, live in the present moment, enjoy the present moment. It's all easier said than done. All of us spend time thinking about the future and the past. I don't know that I know anybody who says they don't ever do that. And I don't think as a human having an experience living on this earth that any of us are going to get to that point. Probably. Maybe a few of us. I don't know. But it is nice to let yourself have a break from just the obsessive thinking and that belief that everything's going to be better when this thing happens or when we manifest this thing into our lives. So we can want those things, we can imagine how great it would be, but then just still let yourself appreciate what you have now and enjoy it. There's great things probably that you might lose in the future. So I think about this in terms of, what freedoms do you have based on, the career or lack thereof that you have right now that you might lose if you get this really new amazing career. And not to say that you shouldn't still want that thing, but just think about appreciating those things and enjoying them while you have them. Or what can you enjoy about being single that you will lose potentially or not have, in the same way once you're in a relationship. So really let yourself enjoy it. Let yourself live life. It's great. Every moment, it's all these new experiences. Let yourself release this good and bad mentality around everything. I know that's really hard and easier said than done, but instead of being so focused on everything being good or bad, just let things be experiences in your life. And again, I understand there are very bad things that happen to people, and I'm not suggesting that they should just pretend like they're not a bad thing that they're experiencing. But for most of us in just our day-to-day life, when things happen that are hard, they're going to at some point lead to something good somewhere down the line. That's just kind of how life works. Everything's a door opening and a door shutting, and we're moving through these different spaces. So if we can stop looking at it in terms of good and bad and instead look at it as experiences where we're gaining knowledge and wisdom, or whatever it is, meeting people, and we might be losing people from our lives, we might be gaining experiences along the way that are going to aid us, instead of just being really focused on, well, I'm not completely happy about this situation, then instead let yourself just enjoy. Anyway, that was really rambly, so I'm going to stop now. I think that's enough. If you guys have questions, comments, anything, you can leave it down there in the comments below. If you have suggestions that you want to give about manifesting, please feel free to pop them down there. And if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. If you like this content, you want a little bit more. And I've got in the about section of this video links to my website, links to my shop, which is Intentional Crystal Products. I've got links to social media if you want to join me over there. So anyway, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day and happy manifesting.